I'm Dr. Howard Koh, Assistant Secretary for Health at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. I'm here at the International AIDS Conference in Vienna, Austria, the largest international AIDS conference in the world. It's Monday, July 19th, 2010, and we've just heard a plenary session on HIV and drug policy. And we're absolutely delighted that Dr. Jack Stein from the U.S. Office of National Drug Control Policy is here to discuss that plenary. Welcome, Dr. Stein.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Tell us what you think the top 2 or 3 takeaway messages are from this session.
Sure. We heard a couple of really important things. First of all, we know that HIV and drug use are inextricably linked. Drug use accounts for 10% of new HIV infections here in the United States and between 5 and 10% of HIV infections globally. So clearly it's a critical problem. I think the 2 major take-home messages that I have today is, one, that we all know that addiction is a health problem. It is a disease. The important thing is that it is a treatable disease. And secondly, that people with drug use problems who are dealing with HIV deserve universal access to prevention, treatment, and care, and that's really one of the major reasons why we're all here, is to learn new techniques and how to do so.
Great. Tell us more about how these messages relate to people who serve those with AIDS and those who are living with HIV.
Certainly. People who are AIDS service providers are in a critical role to help individuals who are dealing with HIV and substance use issues to be able to understand the impact of substance use in their HIV-related problems. As a result, service providers really need to develop skills in how to do screenings, brief interventions, as well as referral to necessary treatments in the community to provide services to such individuals.
Great. And then you know that this week the President and the Secretary unveiled a national HIV/AIDS strategy for the United States. Tell us about how this session relates to that strategy.
Yes, well, we at the Office of National Drug Control Policy are delighted that the strategy came out. It came out soon after the release of the National Drug Control Strategy, and the beauty of that is that the 2 strategies really comport with one another. We are delighted to be working more with the Office of National AIDS Policy and you at the Department of Health and Human Services to ensure that both strategies work collaboratively and that we ensure that we can provide universal access to people with HIV and substance use in a realistic and a practical and a cost-effective manner.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. So this is Howard Koh from Vienna with Dr. Jack Stein.